be boring.
I mean, and the rest.
What motivates you to practice, and what is your practice tip?
What used to motivate me to practice is I didn't want to fail my exams, and now what motivates me is I don't want to get onto the stage and just totally forget what I'm doing. So there's a part of it that's the fear, and then afterwards, when I've nailed the piece and it's in your body and you can just play it, it's the enjoyment. But I totally hear what you're saying. It takes a long time to get to that point. It's quite a lot of pain and a lot of frustration, but it is worth it in the end, isn't it? When you can sit there and play, you can play your bassoon and I can sit and play my piano.
I mean, I guess it can be boring, but I think it's finding new and creative ways to practice effectively. I mean, of course, you have to do slow practice, and I guess that can be boring, but I don't know, I tend to be quite focused and able to do that for long periods of time. I think what motivates me is that feeling when I go out on stage and perform in front of an audience, and if I don't do the slow practice, then that's not possible. So.
And what is your practice tip?
My practice tip is slow practice. It's kind of a weird thing that the slower you practice, the better you are at playing things fast. I mean, it's often easy to try and take a shortcut and just go straight into it and play it faster, but that's not a way of really improving. I think when you really focus and practice slowly, that's when good results come.
Sometimes practicing can be boring.
Yeah.
What motivates you to practice, and what is your practice tip?
Oh, that's difficult. I think it's this real want to be the best that you can possibly be. So the more you practice, the better you get. And my tip, it's really simple, and it's do little and often. So practice a little bit, but all the time, every day if you can.
That's what my mum said. You're so similar to my mum.
We must be right.
Sometimes practicing can be boring.
Yes.
What motivates you to practice, and what is your practice tip?
Yeah, for sure, practice is not for everyone, and it's even for people who love it, like myself. I would say probably I'm a bit too obsessed by practicing. There are times, obviously, when you don't want to practice your scales and all of these kind of things. But I think ultimately, if you love music and you have a vision of wanting to be a better musician, then that alone should be enough. Practice is one thing, but just to play music and to be in with music is a great feeling, and I think that's the best kind of motivation you can have.
I think if you pick pieces of music that you love enough, then you'll be excited to practice and you won't be bored. And maybe make sure that the space that you're practicing in is nice. So if you're practicing at home, you might want to light some candles or make it smell nice or look nice.
My practice tip would be to take a break if you're tired, so that you're always as focused as you can be, and to plan your practice so you know what you're going to practice and why. And what keeps me motivated, I suppose, is just really wanting to give the best performance I can of a piece of music and wanting to make the audience entertained and make the audience enjoy the piece as much as I possibly can. And if I'm getting bored in practice, I'll think, no, I'm going to be on stage, it's got to be brilliant, and then I'll just keep going.